Hey guys, Micah from Black Bear Custom Kydex. I've got a video for you today on 3 sheath systems that I just built for Chris. And sorry, just double checking my details here. Maybe I'm missing them. Yeah, I'm missing them. Anyway, sorry Chris, I don't know where you're at until I look at my notes here to make a shipping label for you. But anyway, Chris has been waiting for quite a while. I let this one fall to the wayside, so Chris, I am so sorry, brother. I missed an important event here. We were supposed to have a couple of these out for his nephew's birthdays, I believe, but we missed that window, and that's my fault. So anyway, we talked it out. Everything's all good, and anyway, yeah, here are the systems that he asked me to build for him. So these are pretty cool. This one is the Tops Wild Pig Hunter. If you haven't seen this knife yet, I would definitely recommend you check it out. It has an extreme spear point on it. It's almost like a dagger, like a stiletto or something, but this thing has clearly been designed for getting a really deep stab into flesh, and I would imagine that's why it's called the Wild Pig Hunter. He asked me to build this sheath in, this pattern is called Reaper Hog. You can see the irony here with Reaper Hog and something meant for reaping pigs. So we got that with a black plate on here for the reinforcement as well as the logo. And I did make it on both sides here. You can see we've got a Lansky LCD02 tactical sharpening rod, which I would actually recommend carrying in this position with the ceramic hone part up top, the fatter part up top. We are carrying it on this weird leather dangler combined with a tech lock, and the reason is because he asked if I could do a breakaway dangler as well as a tech lock. So it can be done, but not without making it really bulky. For you guys out there who don't know what I'm talking about with the breakaway dangler, it's essentially a plate that has sort of a sheath created for the dangler adapter. A normal dangler adapter looks something like this, and so I would mold a sheath around this, and then I would attach the sheath, the dangler sheath, to the knife sheath, and it would allow you to, rip this in and out of the holder, so that you'd be able to quickly separate your dangler from the sheath and switch to a different carry method, or just put the sheath down and take the weight off your belt or whatever. But it's a pretty cool little system, and unfortunately it takes up a lot of space. So mixing it with the tech lock means you either have to stack it up and make the sheath really wide, or the tech lock would have to be in a position that you don't actually want it in. So I suggested this as a solution, and Chris was cool with that. Excuse me. Sorry guys, tired. So essentially all it is a system that allows you to close the D-ring adapter inside the tech lock, and this functions as your, not necessarily a breakaway, but as a quick release. You can see I put 2 Chicago screws here as stoppers, and then this end, the molded end of the D-ring adapter, will actually function as the stopper on the other end. And then to keep tension, to make sure that the thing doesn't lift up and rattle this way or this way, you can just put a little rubber spacer there. Really anything to fill that gap, even some folded up grass or leaves or something like that would work in a pinch. I'm just using the rubber washer because it conveniently has a little bit of compression capability, so it can be a little bit thicker. You squeeze it down, obviously adds a lot more pressure and keeps it in place. So that's my preference. Anything that can compress would be a better option, but all you have to do is close that in there, and it's really secure and ready to go. If you do decide you want to rock the tech lock in a different position, because the initial discussions we had about how the tech lock would be implemented, he originally wanted to carry, I believe, vertically. So to make that very easily possible, to switch from a dangler to a vertical carry on a tech lock, I've given him some of these knurled finger screws. So all you have to do is turn the screws with your fingers, and you can actually take the tech lock off, reposition, and re-screw it down, meaning you don't have to carry a screwdriver with you out in the woods. But if you want to, I am including this bag of hardware. So we have 3 pairs of hardware inside this bag, and the reason we have 3 is because there are 3 Sheaths systems. Alright, so that's the Tops Wild Pig Hunter. This guy's kind of tough to get retention and a good draw on. You can see the thumb ramp is kind of minimal. Part of the reason is because it's got that hand guard on both sides, also very similar to a stiletto. So good click in, easy one-handed draw, and there you go. The tip of it is really aggressive, has that, you know, super sharp point, so it's kind of easy to accidentally guide it a little bit high or a little bit low into these tighter non-molded sections. So Chris, if that happens, all you got to do is just kind of back the knife out. If you feel it get kind of stuck, just back it out and gently guide it in. It has a tendency to go where it's supposed to go, but it's really easy to guide it off course. So anyway, all right guys, that is the Wild Pig Hunter. The next one on the list here is for the Lansky LCD02. We've got a Tops MSK 2.5. Really love that knife. And we have a K-Bar Becker BK7. This is legendary. For those of you guys who also follow Chris Tanner's channel, Prepared Mind 101, I'm sure you guys know all the lore behind the original Jessica. So the color we have here is Reaper Zombie, or Reaper Z it's called, obviously stands for zombie, Hunter Orange. So it's a really nice color combination. And then Reaper Skulls in Battleship Gray. So I'm not wild about the patterns that Reaper makes, but man, I love the ratio of the color, the ratio of like the background black to the actual color of the Kydex. I think it just looks super nice. And from afar, you're not going to know what the pattern is anyway. So yeah, I really like this stuff a lot more than I thought I would. And then check out these custom handles here. This is pretty remarkable. I'm going to put this up really close to the light for a second, just for a couple seconds, and you can see, well, maybe not, hold on, let's do this with a flashlight. All right, watch your eyes, this is pretty bright. Shield it as much as I can. You guys know what's coming already since I've kind of shown my hand, but you can see that just with a couple seconds of light, these things are getting charged up pretty good. I can't remember what the ratio was that he had said, something like 3 minutes of direct light will give you like 3 hours or something like that of charge. So anyway, I really like these things. They're super cool. Check them out. Just type in glow the dark handle skills and you'll find them, I'm sure. But in any event, you can see it's got a good click in, no rattle, no play, and darn near ballistic one-handed draw. So very happy with how this came out. We have an almost identical setup, slightly different positioning here, but for the BK9 with an ESEE3, and it also has the holder for the Lansky LCD02 sharpening rod down below. So I'm a little bit frantic to get the video done since I only have 10-minute intervals and we're already at over 9. So I'm just trying to give you guys a really good look, especially with this higher quality camera than usual. And it's the same phone, but with the front-facing camera instead of the selfie cam. So in any event, these are going to his nephews. You can see the colors are exactly inverse, and hopefully they'll like these. I think these came out great. The draws on everything are really exceptionally smooth. I'm really happy with them, and yeah, that's what we got. So guys, if you like all these knives, if you like these videos, hit that this one video rather, hit that like button. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think of all these systems and all these knives, and as always, subscribe to the channel, share this video with all your buddies, and I appreciate you sticking around. Tune in for the next one, guys. God bless.